Yes, we are.
Okay. The time is 7:00 p.m. I call to order this meeting for May 11th, 2021 of the Perry Township Board of Trustees. Ms. Kaler, if you would please call roll, or Ms. Grill, who I'm not sure who's doing it tonight.
I'm on here, Mindy.
Hi,
Okay.
Charity.
Trustee Mears,
You're still muted, Missy.
Yes, sorry.
Trustee Wynn,
Yes.
Trustee Hartshorn.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, if we could please rise for the pledge. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, we'll start with our fiscal officer's report. Or
With the fiscal officer's report, right now, we're not going to have one available due to the current circumstances.
understood. Mr. Pranger, you are on with us. Is there any report that you would be interested in giving in lieu of fiscal officer tonight?
Sure. Can you hear me just fine?
What's that?
Can you hear me just fine?
Sure.
Okay. Yeah, so Charity and I have been working together to get the finances or the UAN system back up to date. Putting in several transactions, working on different accesses for her to get, to the bank and all the different material, other transactions that need to be rebuilt. Basically, that's, we've been trying to keep up on any needs as far as current payments and payroll, things that need to be taken care of here and now. Basically, that's it. Just diligently progressing forward as much as we can with that.
Now, the one thing that needs to be said is that Mr. Pranger and Fiscal Officer Grill are working to reconstitute the transactions from the township. Since when we built up the UON laptop to start using, the last backup was run in mid-February, and we've had to research to go through and find those transactions, get those in the system while maintaining the current payroll and bill paying. So just wanted to give that context so that people understand what exactly is going on with current fiscal operations and Ms. Grill's work with Mr. Pranger.
Thank you.
I also want to mention our status, where we are with my hours, just to give that information. We're at about 30 hours so far since I started. So we're close to, within 10 hours of the month, of the 40 hours per month right now.
All right. Well, that will be something to keep in mind as we go forward. So, well, we appreciate you and your time, Mr. Pranger. This has definitely been a challenge, and we appreciate your help with everything you've been doing with Charity.
Absolutely, it's my pleasure.
Randy, do you have a road and cemetery report for us?
I do. I'm going to start tonight with the equipment. Like I usually do, our pickup, our small, our 1-ton pickup truck is back in the shop. Had a mechanical issue on that. That'll all be taken care of through the warranty on the motor, so no cost to us as of yet on that. The 91 dump truck has sold on Gov Deals and was picked up. That brought $2,247 back to the township, so that is off the premises and gone. Nice to see that out of there. We do have our road mower as well. We dropped off the Untitled Tractor today. Just we have a pump issue on that, an internal pump on that. We're looking at it will not operate the 3-point hitch or the Tiger road mower. So as we need to start mowing ditches in the township right now, they're just giving us an estimate on that to see what that's going to cost us. So we'll have that, and I'll give that to everyone as soon as we get it. And we're also looking into we have a cylinder leak on the 99 dump truck, so we're working on that as well. So that's some of the equipment we're working on around the shop. Moving on to the miscellaneous on the OTARMA report that we were working on previously. We have finished all of those items on our checklist in the shop. It's completed with the post in front of the fuel tanks as barriers. We completed that work, and that does complete the whole OTARMA report of the list that we had in our shop. Onto the roads, we have getting some calls. So we are getting some calls on some cold patching, a few spots in the road, especially up, there's one up on Amity, and down on Abden, we have a crossover pipe that we never completed. It's settled now, so we need to go down and do some hot patching on it. So a little hot and cold patching will be going on around the township on some of the roads as we go to try to alleviate some of the potholes in those roads. And road mowing will be starting this probably end of this week, beginning of next week. Luckily, our road mower, I won't say our road mower is down, but luckily Clay Township's going to be working with us to utilize their mower a little bit when they're not using it, so that we can try to get a handle on that and get some of the ditches mowed. So that'll be coming up probably next week. Maybe we might get to it some this week, maybe mostly next week, I think. We'll be hitting those roads. Moving on to the cemetery, all the foundations were poured for the headstone orders that we had for the spring pour. There were 17 of those, which was a pretty large number. Those have been poured, finished all the way around them. They've been billed out. Thank you, Karen. And that netted billed out was about $10,775 for those, for the pours for those foundations. So we're getting some of that back. $3,000 of that was prepaid. So that was already in the accounts. Total of 11 yards of concrete. So we've been busy doing that, and we finally finished that up so we can get on to some other things. The mowing in the cemetery has been going very well. Mr. Gaiman has been doing a fantastic job. Really look nice, cleaning up the cemeteries along with mowing and trimming those. So really, really happy with the work he's doing up there. So, and we're doing the other cemeteries and keeping up on those. So that's going very nicely. I did want to set up a meeting. I will be contacting each of the trustees concerning what I brought up last meeting, which was the updating Pleasant Hill Cemetery as far as what we're going to need to be doing, looking into on the arch and the fenceway and tree stumps and some other things that we need to move forward with, and possibly planning a little more long term on some of the road repair through that cemetery up there. So I will be setting up a meeting with the trustees on that. You look forward to seeing that email come around to you. For the year on the cemeteries, well, right now for this period, we had 0 funerals. That makes 10 for the year. We're still sitting at 10 total funerals for the year. We had 4 additional lot sales this time for a total of 7 for the year. And we did have 3 deed transfers, which are that totals 3 for the year. So, and we've already received 1 fall order for foundations for the fall. So we're starting to receive those already, received several calls, actually 1 order. So that would be the road and seminary report up to this point.
Okay.
Hey, Randy, I did have a question for you. You mentioned the 99 dump is in need of some work. How many
Yes,
vehicles do we currently have out of operation?
Just the 1.
Okay, so the engine replacement has been completed?
It's being completed, but there was an issue with that. It's back in, and that's the one that's out of service right now. The 99 is still in service. We have a leak on that one we're looking into. We believe it's a cylinder leak back on the dump bed. So operationally, it's still in service.
Okay. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Randy, I just wanted to say thank you. Back in April, there was a communication relayed from a concerned citizen. After there were several switches, there was a lot of confusion regarding the upkeep of the cemeteries. And as you are aware, there was a concern that somebody had placed some flowers before Easter and those flowers were not there. And we reached out, and that was, there was a very kind offer made to fix that situation. And I appreciate that you were willing to handle and help that as well. And, you know, I just want to reiterate, if anyone does have concerns, to please let us know, because there are some new procedures, there are some new people, there were some mistakes made, but I appreciate you sharing that with us, and the way that was handled was very appropriate.
Thank you.
Okay, Chief Littleton, are you here?
He will be joining us shortly. He is on a crash.
Oh, don't like to hear that. Okay. Zoning, Karen.
All right, as everybody has been, I've been very busy to the day-to-day operations of the administrative offices. And as Randy mentioned, I have been helping with the cemetery deeds and the foundation invoices. On the trash, we have 292 residents that still have not paid their second quarter trash bills. On zoning, I have issued 10 permits since the first of the year, 7 barns, 4 of those have been agriculture, 2 sheds, and an above ground swimming pool permit. Our BZA meeting on the 22nd of April was tabled until more information could be gathered. So I will be rescheduling a BZA meeting once I have all the information. Out of the 6 courtesy letters that I sent out, I heard back from 3 residents. I am working with them to get their properties out of the violation status. And one of those residents has taken care of their property. And that's all I have at this time.
Okay, moving on to our trustees reports. So starting with my report, we have all been a little busy in the office lately. I have spent some time visiting some other townships in and out of Montgomery County. I have met with other presidents of their township boards, and I have communicated several times with the president of the Miami Valley or the Montgomery County Township Association. And I've had some ongoing communication with Heidi Fott and Marissa from OTA, trying to make sure everything we're doing is keeping our ducks in a row. And in doing that, I have found a couple policies and procedures and little things that they've not been done right, but they've always been done that way. So little by little, we may make some tiny gradual changes to do things procedurally the way the other townships do them, or the way the OTA wants it done. And those are things that I've been researching and working on and studying and trying to learn about. So stand by, details to follow. I'd like to wish all of our law enforcement officers a happy police week, and encourage all of our residents to participate in the Ohio Goes Blue campaign. So if you have a blue light bulb, put it in your outdoor light. And for now through, I think Friday, the 15th, it's Friday, the 9th through the 15th is police week. So this is a good time to appreciate just all the hard work that Chief Littleton and our sergeants and detectives have done recently. Our department has gone way up in standards, and I don't know if anyone's had an opportunity to visit or just chat with an officer. I heard something really nice from a citizen regarding the officer who worked Saturday night / Monday morning in helping, again, wrangle loose cows and keep an eye on some property. So amongst the many very serious things that our officers do, they also are right there for the citizens in odd times as well. So they deserve a thank you and a commendation. I was very excited yesterday. Found out kind of last minute about the opening of the Storybook trails. And when I went to represent our township, I was handed a pair of scissors and I got to help cut the ribbon on Storybook trails. So I was very excited about that. Perry Township got a lot of kudos from Fran DeWine. I did invite her to come back again sometime just for agritourism. And they, I spoke with somebody from the Ohio Department of Natural Resources, and she is going to work on kind of a promotional flyer for Storybook Trails and Sycamore Park and Perry Township, because that section of Sycamore Park, the Providence Outlook, is in our township. And it's a hidden gem that we have that a lot of people didn't realize even existed. Until yesterday, quite a few people thought it was part of Trotwood. But as it turns out, that little section of the state park is ours, and our officers were there and representing, and people were very impressed to learn that we're on a map. So that was a lot of fun. I have also been looking through our manual, and I know Missy, you were working on it. So I'd like to, through Karen or Charity or that email back and forthism, see what you've got versus what I've got, and start getting that manual put together and see if we can get that proposed. When we get to the new business, I have been doing some work on that we will discuss, and we'll go from there. Okay. Jason?
Good evening. So for the last couple of weeks, before Ms. Grill was appointed, I did a lot of work with the traveling clerk to get our, we had payroll that was a week and a half late. We got that done. I spent a lot of time researching, talking with the banks. All the trustees were up at the bank at different points in time, and I think we still haven't nailed that down. Actually, as things have evolved, I think we have a few more gaps that we have to overcome there. But working with Mr. Pranger, things went really well for the amount of time that we were able to spend together and get payroll out. And I know the employees for the township were all very happy that we were able to get that done in a timely fashion. I've continued working on the website, just minor updates here and there, as well as uploading and scanning documents. That does take time. Every month, new things get approved and new things get pushed out. I've been investigating, continuing to investigate some improvements or updates for the township. I did find that both fiscal officer's office, as well as now the zoning administrator's office, both have uninterruptible power supplies. We were able to find some of those that we already owned. They're going to need to be replaced in the next year or so, but they're sufficient for now. So that at least mitigates a risk that I was looking into. I did find out after last month's meeting that the maintenance garage does have Wi-Fi and internet access through the police department. And we are talking about acquiring a Wi-Fi router to split it off like we did in the admin offices to allow the maintenance team to have Wi-Fi access, as well as at least one PC and printer for their day-to-day operations. So that's another thing that we're not going to have to pay for. It's already there. We just have to basically acquire a router to use it. I do have a meeting this Friday. I've started talking with audiovisual companies just to get an idea of what we can do to set up the meeting room there in the building efficiently. I'm not looking for like bells and whistles. I'm just looking for a proper camera for the meeting room to record meetings and a microphone setup that basically ensures that everyone is able to be heard, to include a microphone for the podium that we have. Once we return to regular meetings, having people be able to step up to the podium and speak and be heard and recorded would be a good ad to have as well. There was, I don't know if anyone in the township keeps up with the state of Ohio's pending legislation updates. There's one item that's currently about to be signed by the governor that is very important to our township and our residents, and that is HB2 regarding the availability of high-speed broadband internet for the state of Ohio and its residents. Just a brief overview, nearly 1 million Ohioans living in over 300,000 households currently have no high-speed internet access at all. And according to the governor's office, making it difficult to watch streaming video, work remotely, learn remotely, or even have telehealth appointments with their doctors. Governor DeWine's latest 2-year budget plan would provide $250 million for broadband expansion across the state. So that's for the infrastructure, basically to put the branches there to ensure that residents can tap into it. The grants provided by HB2 would be awarded over 3 years by a 5-member authority consisting of the director of Ohio Developmental Service Agency, a member of the DeWine administration's Innovate Ohio initiative, and 1 appointee each from the governor, Ohio House, and Ohio Senate. The House concurred on all the changes to HB2 to create the broadband access across Ohio. The next 2 fiscal years will be funded through the current state budget bill. And like I said, it's now pending governor's signature. So that's huge. I don't know if any of the residents online right now recall I think it was $40,000 the township had to pay to get broadband extended to the point where we could tap into it. And Missy, you would know that number better than me. I think it was 40,000 thereabouts. It wasn't cheap. And we had, residents could basically benefit from that because it brought the infrastructure out further. But that was a lot just to get our township access. When you look across the state of Ohio, especially in a post-COVID climate, all the holes in the armor are very, very visible, and it's not good. So it's good to see the state of Ohio dealing with this. This will be a big boon to townships and municipalities that are in rural areas that don't traditionally get the chance of having this type of infrastructure available. More information obviously will come out post governor's signature. And the last thing I had was that I continue to do my inspections of the roads and cemeteries, and things are looking good. Like Randy said, there's a few spots that need to be patched up, but it's looking good. So that's all I have.
Okay, so I met with Randy and Mr. Kramer, and we went over a punch list for the ramp at the township. There were a few issues that needed to be addressed, and Randy will follow up with that. And also, I spoke with Randy the other day. Randy helped me on this. New Lebanon called. They will give us flags for Eversole, but they will not put them in. They did not do that last year. So me and Dale and Bennett, my grandson, put those in down there. So we'll do that again this year. I attended a Zoom meeting regarding the wetlands. Concerned citizens got the opportunity to voice their concerns. It was held at the Montgomery County Soil and Water, and the Montgomery County gentlemen, they were also involved in the conversation. Right now, we're not even in a phase yet. We're still attempting things. So I have helped out in the office with the trash bills and other things that were needed. And I have also noticed that there are many properties that need to be mowed. And me and Miss Kaler will be going out, and then we'll be sending notices out on those properties. If anybody has any issues, if you can contact the township, and let us know, we'll be willing to work with you. And that's all I have.
Sorry, I was muted. Moving on to new business. Do either of you have any new business for us this evening?
I do not.
Okay, well, I do. In speaking with the OTA and some of the other townships, one of the pressing items that they all suggested that we have, which we have not had in place, is a policy and procedure for the operation of our meetings. So I have drafted a resolution, number 2151, to create a policy and procedural guidelines for the conducting of meetings by the Perry Township Board of Trustees. And it states, whereas section 504.09 of the Ohio Revised Code states a Board of Township Trustees shall determine its own rules and order of business and keep a journal of its proceedings. Whereas the last update of any policy and procedures manual for Perry Township took place in 2001. Whereas currently there is no guideline for policies or procedures to orchestrate how meetings should be conducted, held, or performed. Be it resolved that the Perry Township Board of Trustees should vote upon the enactment of the Trustees Meeting Procedures and Rules document to be effective 10 days after receipt by the fiscal officer in accordance with Ohio Revised Code 504.11, Section B, and to be added to the newly revised Policy and Procedures Manual for Perry Township. I ask at this time that we have a motion to vote upon accepting this resolution.
I'll make a motion to the resolution as written.
I'll second.
Trustee Mears,
Yes.
trustee Hartshorn,
Yes.
trustee Wynn.
Yes. So thank you. I'm hoping this has been reviewed and approved by Anu, and I'm hoping you guys got it in email today, but apparently our email is being kind of strange. Jason, I'll ask if there's a way to post a link or post it on our webpage
There is.
for people to review. Okay, great. So it's a not very long document. I think it is 8 brief pages. And then as soon as we have compiled the policy and procedure manuals, it's 11 short pages, that will go into our policy and procedure manuals for its adoption. Do we have any old business?
Wait a minute, I have new business.
Okay.
I'd like to make a motion that we change Miss Kaler's hours Monday through Thursday from 9 to 4.
Second.
Or third.
Trustee Hartshorn,
Yes.
trustee Mears,
Yes.
trustee Wynn.
Yes. Thank you, Missy. I wrote that down and totally skipped over it. Okay, we'll get the new office hours posted on the door, and those will also be on our website and Facebook page.
Did Chief Littleton get a chance to connect yet? Do we know?
I have not seen him on there yet.
Just wanted to give an opportunity.
We can procrastinate a little. Okay, do we have any old business to revisit?
He is still out of the office.
Yeah. Okay. Um, Do we have any old business?
Negative.
Do we have any visitors this evening with any questions, concerns, anything to address?
All right.
Okay. Well, I guess we could publish Chief Littleton's report somewhere if necessary for the public.
Yes, we can do that.
Okay. We'll ask him to draft that and we'll get that up. Okay, so at this time, if there are no comments from visitors and no other new or old business, I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Seconded.
Trustee Hartshorn,
Yes.
trustee Wynn,
Yes.
trustee Mears.
Yes.
All right, thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Have a good evening.
You too. Bye.